And Dr. Sharfstein, let me go to you first, because there is new reporting just in the last few minutes from the New York Times projecting that there is a new CDC projection, apparently based on the way states are reopening, that there could be as many as 3,000 deaths a day by June 1st, and that this could be an infection rate of 200,000 people a day. Just trying to get our arms around this. We don't have confirmation from the White House, but that the White House has been notified of this new 200,000 new cases each day by the end of this month. That's up from around 25,000 new cases now. This would be a very big increase, in 3,000 daily deaths as of June 1st. And as I say, NBC News is working on this, but we are told that these new CDC projections have gone to the White House. Dr. Sharfstein, does this comport with what you would expect from your own analysis?
Well, what I would say is that these potential numbers are possible. You know, the only thing that's been holding this virus in check was our ability to stay away from each other, depriving the virus of a chance to jump from person to person. Now that we're getting back together, there is a certainty that there will be more viral spread. The question is how much, and can we respond to that spread effectively through contact tracing and other mechanisms? And if we can't, if we're opening too much too early, then we're going to have more cases. And, you know, there are all kinds of potential scenarios, and having more cases and more deaths is definitely a realistic possibility.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.